Hey there, Marina Ormes here with your Astro vibe for Wednesday, December 7th. Today there is a full moon in Gemini later in the day. It's be just a little after 8 p.m. my time. I'm US Pacific time. And so we'll have, if you've got clear skies, you'll be able to see that full moon rising just as the sun sets, which, by the way, that's how we know it's a full moon, is when the sun and moon are opposite, meaning the same time that the sun sets is when the moon rises, and vice versa. When the sun rises, the moon is setting. So we've got when the moon is full, the moon is entirely in the sky at night, which is kind of interesting. Anyway, today we are looking at the theme of why your voice matters. And this particular full moon is in Gemini, which is the sign of thinking, ideas, voice, words, communication. And so there's an importance and a significance around ideas and thinking. Another one is learning and investigating, curiosity. But let's think about why the energy of what it is you have to say is important. And one reason is because during the exact full moon, the moon will be just conjunct with the planet Mars. So within the same degree, very, very close at the exact full moon. And so it really brings that Mars energy forward. And the Mars is the planet, is the warrior planet. So it brings some of that feeling of almost like having an Aries moon because of that Mars energy. And Mars is the ruler of Aries. Mars and Aries energies go together. So there's this proactive feeling, this drive, this need to move and to take action, which is, coming from that place of courage and needing to act, needing to make a decision, needing to move forward on something. So specifically with Gemini energy, it's moving forward with words and with thoughts and ideas. And so is there something you need to speak up about? Is there something you need to say, to share, to offer? Is there something you need to put into words that, maybe this is a good time to work on some writing, even if it's just really, really rough, a draft or just getting thoughts out of your head. Could be a good time for brainstorming. It could be a really good time to learn things proactively. So buy a book, make a decision, do something that helps you to bring in new ideas and to learn new things. And how you translate and process information is unique to you, and the world needs you to share that, right? So just like we were talking yesterday about beauty and how your inner beauty shines when you care about yourself, when you love yourself and cultivate that inner sense of trust in yourself, of appreciation for yourself, and valuing yourself and the things that are unique about you, then that can move forward and out into the world through this Mars courageous decision making and action. And so it's that ability to access your truth, to know what your truth is, and from that place of knowing who you are, like I think it was Saturday when the moon was in Aries, when I was talking about knowing who you are and how to tap into your inner warrior, and that's a big part of it. You have to know who you are, and you have to because when you're in that moment, in the moment when something happens or something needs to be said, what you have prepared for in terms of believing in yourself, thinking and getting clear about your thoughts, all of that helps to prepare you for when that moment, the right time, the right place shows up, and then you can say what you need to say because you've been working on it internally. And so that self-love, that self-trust, that knowledge of who you are, that deeper place of truth, and the courage to speak up, because we live in a world where sometimes, there are astrological reasons for this. I'm not saying astrology causes it, but astrology correlates with our experiences here on Earth. And that means that when Neptune is in Pisces, for example, things can be a little bit more nebulous, a little bit, there's some confusion about what's the truth, about who's got the truth, about what you should believe, about what you should listen to. There can be the potential to go off the deep end a little bit into alternate truths, alternate facts. All of that is correlated with the energy of Neptune and Pisces, and so is lying, for like this the collective issues that we've had about lies and who's telling the truth and what is real and what's a fact and what's not a fact, and all those things. So that ability to know inside yourself, to trust yourself, to learn more about what the world, learn more that the world has to offer, and explore things you're curious about. All of that helps to foster and cultivate your own inner sense of truth so that you can speak up when you need to. And you might feel like a small little voice in the world, and yet that it's a million small little voices that need to speak up to create that enough momentum to bring about continued evolution. And so your evolution, your personal growth work that you're doing on yourself is part of that bigger collective evolutionary transformation, and the process that we go through in the collective for our collective consciousness to shift, for us to grow in ways that are more whole, where we can be more responsible in the world, and brainstorm and think of new ideas, innovations that can help us manage some of the complex problems that the world has. There's been a lot of change in the last 100 years, and we have some issues to deal with. So there's that. And your voice is may feel small compared to the bigness of the problems, but your voice is important because it's all the small actions. It's all the small ways of speaking up, all the small ways of standing up for truth and what you value and what you believe in. And on Sunday, I went in depth about this particular full moon and how it relates to the energy of Sagittarius, the new moon 2 weeks ago that was in Sagittarius, and our needs to expand our beliefs and expand into bigger truths. So something around this full moon, and you can watch that video for a much deeper analysis of what this Gemini full moon is asking of us, in terms of asking us to open our minds. But then this piece that I thought would be good to add today is about how we're going to take action on that, how we are going to speak up, and why your voice matters, because it does. So honor yourself by taking some time to think about, what matters to me, what feels true to me, what's important to me. And maybe you want to write some things down, or just honor your own way of understanding and thinking about things, and ask yourself, what it is you're curious about and what you want to learn more about. So there you go. Thank you so much for being here. If you are interested in getting a mini reading around how this full moon lands in your chart, how it shows up for you personally. I have mini readings available at astrologyheals.com. Oftentimes there might be a few days delay in the availability for doing those. So I do recommend, if you're interested in a new or full moon reading, you might want to think ahead. You might want to plan ahead and go ahead and book it so that you can get the information in time to really make the most of it. So you might be thinking now, for instance, about the December 23rd Capricorn new moon and how that impacts you in your chart. Of course, I'm happy to do a mini reading for you on today's today's Gemini full moon and where that lands in your chart and what it's bringing up for you personally. But again, it might be a few days before you can get that. So go look at astrologyheals.com, see what's available on my calendar, and anytime you want to book a mini reading, you can get a recording sent to you on how a particular new or full moon lands in your chart, how a particular astrological alignment is important for you, or a question you have about your life and how astrology can give you some insight into it. We could look at that too. Got lots of different options. So check it out, mini readings at astrologyheals.com. Thanks for being here. Be sure to hit the subscribe button if you are enjoying these videos. And thank you so much if you already have. Thanks for being here. I will see you next time. Bye for now.